So our today's agenda will be validation rule, user profile, role, and permission set. So these all are very important in Salesforce. So first, let's jump onto the validation rule. Yeah. So validation rule is nothing but it is useful when we are going to validate any data before inserting or before updating. So if you want to if you want to give a validation while validating your email ID key, email ID should contain the at the rate thing. Email ID should contain if you want to specific about email ID key, it should not contain that gmail.com or outlook.com. It should be from any company. So you can give that kind of validation. If you want to in phone number, if you want to give a validation key, let's say key, you don't want to capture all those data which is less than 10 10 digit. So the phone number should be greater than that phone number should be the 10 digit number. So you can give that type of validation. So these kind of validation you can give by creating this validation rule in your Salesforce organization. So let's go and create a, validation rule so that we can get more idea about it. So now I'm in this student object. So let's go here. I'm on the setup of this student object. So from this is here in the setup, you will find validation rules. So now we don't have any validation rule here. So let's create a validation rule on which object. Let's say, let me create a field birth date. mm, Date of birth. So I have created this field date of birth in student object. Now I'm going to give a validation for this date of birth there. It should not uh, less. It should not less than was the date today. So the age should be greater than 18. This kind of validation we can give. So I'm going to give the name age should more than 18. So for this, so here we can write any type of formula. So will get some functions from formulas as well. So though these functions are the same which is we have seen in the formula field. And by clicking on this, we can get the field from that object. So in student, we can find the date of birth and insert. So we can perform the formula on this field now. So this is same like for formula field, but it will not return you any value. It will return here a true or false. So if this formula is true, then it will display that error which you are going to give here. So here you have to mention the error, and you can specify the field or top of the page. So where do you want to display that error? So let's see, let's say ki this is my record, and here you want to display the error on the top of the record. So you can display here as well. If you want to display on that particular field which have which containing this validation, so this on this field also you can display the error under this field. So let's see, I'm going to give right now date of birth, and today minus, let's check. Oh, so this year function, what will do is it will return the year of a date, a number between 900 to 9999. So here I have to specify this date. So today minus 18. Oh, sorry, 18. So what it will uh, check it. So date of birth should not less than today minus the year of the today minus 18 years. So now I'm not uh, like I'm not considering the month and date part. That also we can, and we for that correct data we should give the date and month as well. Now I'll check on the year only. So what's the number? Okay. Okay, here also we have to perform the year, because what happening here is this is the date field right now, and it will return the date like we have 6th of January 2020, and here what I am doing is it will return year from this today, so it will return 2020 minus 18, so it will go on 2002. So this is not the correct syntax now. 6 1 2020 less than 2002, so we have to give here as well, we have to return year from this date of birth as well. So I'm going to, so now there is no error. So what it will do is it will return the age, the year of today. So what will be the year 2020, and it will subtract 18 from this 2020. So what it will be there 2002. So if the year of this date of birth is greater than 2002, then only it will let you save that record. But if it is less than to so greater than, okay, we have to change this. If 2000, if the year of the your date of birth is greater than 2002, then it will not let you save that record. If it is less than 2002, then it will save. So let's give this error message. So now we have created this validation rule and it is active now. Let's go and give the date of birth here. So let's, what? So I have given 2000 here. So it should not give any error now because the age is greater than 18 now. And let's give 2003. It should, yeah. Now what happening is it will go calculate in the validation rule. So it found that that is greater than that is less than 18. So the it will display this error here. The age of a student should be more than 18. So this kind of validation we can create on any field on the object. So is it clear or anything else do you want me to give idea about it? If you want more clarification, I can give. If it's okay, then we can go. Okay. So yeah, Sudeep. So this is the validation rule we can perform on any kind of field in our object. Like if you want to calculate the state, so which we have done yet only, we can perform pick list value on that. We can perform validation rule on every kind of field to validate the data. So this is the validation rule. Now let's go to the user part. So user are those who are the like if let's see like I have a company or I have a organization. So let's see I have a college. So there will be my employees. So who are the professor and the lecturer guys. So they will use the user who are the user will they will be using my the system. So who are using my system while logging in and using our system, they will be users. So they all the users should be having a user account, should have a user account. So user will have access of any kind of data which we will give by profile and permission set, which we will read later. So user are those who are using our system. So they can be sales representative, they can be manager, they can be IT specialists who are working on the code and all things. They can be the user who are creating application and the objects and the data who are working with our data. So user we can give any kind of permission or access to the user. So the system administrator is the main user who will be giving this kind of access to any user. So let's see, like here in this example, you can see there is a three user one sales representative who will be working on the sales data. So he will be having this read and create access on that sales data. What this solution engineer will have on the case data, because he or she has to provide the solution of particular report or particular issue. So he or she will be having the read or edit access on that case data, but they will not be creating. So we will not give the create access to that. So they will not create any case, they can't be creating any case, they can only read that case, they can only edit that case. But who will be the creating? So the customer will be creating that case, and it will come in the case, and the solution engineer will be reading and editing it. And the third one is implementation manager. So those will be working on that implementation part, where they can like we can give this report and dashboard, read, edit, and create things, so that they can read as well, they can create a dashboard or create a report for particular data, and they can display in a dashboard thing. So the user will be the person who will be logging to our system and will be using our data and will be working on that data. So clear on that? So user are so we'll be creating a user. Let's go and create a user so that you will get a more idea about it. I'm going to set up. So how we'll create a user? So now we have this developer org. So in this developer org, we cannot create more than like there is a limit. So now 50, I guess, is the limit for a user. So there will be some standard user. Let's go. So by clicking on this users in manage users, you will get the whole list of the user. So for first of time when you create any organization, a you will get a bunch of record in this user object. So this is also a object. User is also a object. You can create custom field. You can create like validation rule over here. You can create formula field. You can perform process builder. You can use this data into your Apex classes and all. So this is also a object, but it's a standard system object. So here you can create a new user. So there will be the standard user they will be providing for every user in developer org. So and they will so these are the profiles. So chatter free profile, system administrator. System administrator is the main profile who will be having all the access of all the permission and all. So he will be giving permission to another user and all. So and the standard profile platform user, it's also a profile. Standard user is also a profile. So these are the standard profiles which Salesforce will be giving to everyone. We can clone these profile. We can create another custom profile as well. If you want to give more access, or if you want to restrict the access, then you can create your own custom profile and you can assign that profile to every user, any user. So now let's go and create a new user. So what will be the important thing here is like you have to like this username should be unique one in all the organization in Salesforce. So the username should be unique, and you have to give this user license and the profile. Let's go and create like I'll create a test user. So this alias will come here automatically. Now I have to give my email ID because I have to capture all the user and name and password if I'm using in future. So Anadin test user at the rate. So the nickname can be anything. User test. You can give title here if you are like if you are creating a user for any specific employee, like you have a manager, then you can give a title for this particular user, a manager or director or anything. Company you can provide, department you can provide, division. So these are the like access you can provide from user. So here is the role hierarchy. So we'll be reading that as well today. We'll be containing that part as well. So we'll come on that. So user license are so these are the default license in developer org right now. So we have chatter external who will be the chatter external is the so there is a mode limit. So this chatter free identity and this work.com and this proxy user. So these are the more limited access profiles. So the user licenses. So these are free. These all are free now. So they don't have much limits. But if you want to access, if you want to take more limit, if you want to like increase your limitations on everything, you can purchase anytime from Salesforce. So there may be some price and all, so you have to pay and you can purchase. So just give that platform user profile, and whether you if you want, if you will click on this checkbox, so this user will be the active. So you that user can log in and access this org. If you will inactivate, so this user will not be able to log in and all. If you want to give if you want to create this user for specific to the marketing purpose, then you can click on this offline. If you want to give this user as a offline user, so there may be have some settings where he can use the system without internet. So this checkbox. So these are bunch of access or setting you can perform on user setup. So knowledge user, flow user, so you will be working on flow, service cloud and sales cloud. So there will be like you can provide the phone extension, mobile and all. And here will be the address one and the time zone. So you can also give a separate time zone for a particular user. So if let's say ki, uh, I have a single organization, but I have three employees, and one of them are working in US, and two are working in India. So you can give the specific time zone for that particular user. So US, that local you can select. The language also you can give from here. So German, Spanish, French. So these are some languages which are available in Salesforce. So that system will be shown in these languages. Sorry. From here, so this is the approver setting. So approver setting is nothing but the approval request. So you are, if you are going to create any approval for any, like the leave approval part. Let's say ki we have a leave approval thing in our system, and if any employee is going to apply for a leave, then the uh, the manager or the higher authority of the user will only be able to approve that request. So here you can define if that is a manager or delegated approver. So if that user only the manager or delegated approver, then only that user only can approve that request. So this also you can perform here, receive approval request. So approve, if you will provide this, so that will only that will receive that email in that his email ID or there. So you can click on this key, generate new password and notify user immediately when you are going to create. So now we don't want to generate any password now. So let's go and save it. So what's the issue here? So call center we don't have. So we have just created a user, which username is this, and anytime whenever we want, we can create a reset. We can click on this reset password, and the link of to create a password will be coming on our email ID, and we can log in. The system administrator will be getting this login, freeze, and these buttons. Other than this will not be getting these buttons. So system administrator can log in from any user. System administrator, so that button is called here is freeze. So if you will click on this freeze button, and if you will freeze any user, then it will be freeze for some time, some specific time. You if you want to freeze for 2 day, or if you want to freeze for 1 year, then you can freeze that particular user, so that he or she will not be able to log in or will not be able to access our system. So that you can access. And sharing, you can share that particular user to with any other user. So this is the uh, user thing. So now it comes to the profile. So profiles are nothing but the collection of some setting or permissions which we can give access to a particular user or a group of user. So let's say we have 10 number of user in our organization, and you want to give some specific access to five, and some specific access to five other. So what you can do is you can create two separate profiles, and you can assign that profile to five users. Like let's say we have two departments, sales and service. So for sales user, for sales profile, we can create a sales profile, and we can give access all of those which we are going to consider for sales profile. And the service profile we can create, and we can give those access to the service profile which we are going to consider for service profile. And we can assign that profile, the sales profile, to the user, the five user which who will be working on the sales department, and the five another user who will be working on the system department. We can assign them the system profile. So this the profile will be working like this, and these are some standard profile which Salesforce will be giving by default. So system administrator. So now in developer org we'll be having only one system administrator, but in production or in like unlimited org you can get more number of system administrators. You like, but for if you want more system administrator in your developer org, you can get, but you have to pay for that. So you will be having one moment, guys. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, this is the profile. Let's go and create a profile. So writing here the profile, you will get this in under this manage user only. You will get this profile link. So these are some standard profile which Salesforce will be giving by default. So analytics, analytics, cloud integration, authenticated website, chatter free, contact manager, and so which are the custom profile. Uh, so like seeing this checkbox clicked, you can like you can see these are the custom profiles. So let's go and create a new one. You can like you can click on this clone button and you can create the profile. So what this clone button will do is, like, when if I'll go and create this standard user profile, so all those access which this standard user profile have, that will be cloned to the new one. And if we want to restrict a particular access, we can restrict. If we want to give more access, then we can give. Let's say test profile. So we have just created a new profile called test profile, and here you can see right, let's go and edit this. Here you can see custom app settings, so you can manage all the custom application, connected app access, all the application which you are having in your organization. The tab setting also, which tab do you want to display for particular that profile. And that administrator permission also, administrative permission also you can give, like manage login access policy. So login access are nothing but the access timing you can give, you can provide for particular profile key, when or which specific time a user can log in into the system. So we can provide, so 9 to 5 if we are going to give, then the user will be able to log in 9 to 5 only. So he will not be able to log in after 5. So these kind of permission we can give, or we can restrict from here. So API enable, if he is able to use API integration, so he can use that one also. If we edit my report. So if we will click on there, so he'll be able to edit the reports. So these are some bunch of access or the settings you can give to a particular profile. So I'll recommend all of you guys to go through once with this setting and check one by one what and all these setting and where this setting will be useful. So you can, like, here also you see general user permission for this is the user permission setting, so lightning user. So if you will click here, so he'll be able to use the lightning the new UI part. If you won't click, then he will be using only the classic one. So manage cases, if you want this profile to work on the cases part, so he can perform by clicking on that. So we can give so many kind of permissions from here. So some standard object permission. So here also we can give a particular object setting. So for this account, let's see in test profile, all the users should be able to read the account, all the records of account should can able to create or can able to edit. If you are going to leave restricted to create, so that particular user who are having this test profile, he will not be able to create this account record. And you can restrict from edit. So if you will not give this edit permission, the delete also will be lost. So by clicking on this modify all and view all, so what it will do is create will be the separate one. But if you will give modify all, then it will give all those access, but except this create one. So anyone who are having this profile assigned, they will be able to create, they will be able to read, edit, and delete that particular record from account. So we can give this kind of permission for every for any like object. We have asset, we have campaign, we have cases, we have macros, leads. So we these are these are all the standard object which Salesforce already have given. So we can restrict or we can give more access to that particular standard object. Here will be the list of the custom object. So now we have only four key: colleges, student, teachers, and in-cap license keys. So we can give access for this particular object. So if you want to give access for this custom colleges, for this custom object called colleges, read, create, edit, and delete. So you can give this access to that particular profile. So why these are automatically clicked here is key. If you like, let's go and remove all those. And if you want to give read access to these colleges, and this colleges is related to this student and teachers. So what it will do is, will you give this read access to these colleges, you have to give read access to the student and teachers as well, because these three objects are related to each other. So you can't restrict to read that student, because what it will do is, in under the student object we will be having related list. So under this student object we'll be having a related list of teachers and that college thing. So let's see. So this is our student object and we have colleges thing. So if you restrict read access from these colleges, so it will not be displaying here. But if you but for that also you have to remove that read access from this student as well. So it will give automatically the read access. So it will work like that. And you can give more access by clicking on the modify and view all things as well. And desktop integration client also you can give some so you can read over here and you can get more idea. And the session setting also, this is the session setting uh, which you can like give to that particular profile key. uh, Session timeout setting, see, after 2 hours or 10-30 minutes of inactivity. So what it will do is when any user of a particular profile is inactive for certain amount of time, it will log out from there. So now it is default by 2 hours. We can perform by this drop down menu. Session security required at login, so high assurance we can give here. So policies, password policies also we can maintain by from profile. So use password expires on from 90 days, the password will be expired. So this kind of setting also we can perform. How many password it will be remembered, so last three passwords it will remember. We can like give more number of passwords it will remember. So last three or four or five, how many number you will give, it will remember all those password. And if you are going to change your password again, it will not consider that those passwords, so you have to give another password. Minimum password length we can give here. Password complexity, like we can give must contain alphanumeric, and this kind of thing also we can give here. Password question requirements, so question also we can give, keep question should be there for every user. Maximum invalid login attempt also we can give. So lookout effect period, so that also we can give. So there are some so many things we can perform on a particular profile. So here the tab, like which tab you want to display and all. So these are some settings you can go through once from these all. And let me know if you have any question on that. So just go once, just go through once, and you will get more idea about profile. So these are some setting we can give by using profile. And now let's go to that role hierarchy. So role hierarchy is nothing but the role we can give to a particular user. Like in our in any organization we have a role hierarchy, the CEO and COO, CTO, then we'll have the manager, vice president, director. So this kind of role hierarchy every user, every organization will have. So we can create this kind of role hierarchy here as well for particular user. And we can give that access to those users. So what that role hierarchy will do is it will give more access rather than your profile. So here in this profile, in this picture you can see, so the top of the role which is the CEO. So CEO will have more access. CEO can see vice president human resources records. CEO can see all of those records. Okay. And the left side we have VP human resources. So the VP human resources can only see the records from recruiter manager and recruiter, but he will not be able to see the records from VP development. So this kind of role hierarchy we can maintain here. So in the under the VP development, so the VP development can see all those records which are created by director product, software development manager, director of QA. But he will not be able to see, he or she will not be able to see the VP human resources records and all the data from this side. So this is the cross thing will happen here. So it will not allow you to, it will not allow any specific user who will be having the role hierarchy. So it will not allow to access all those records from this line, and it will not allow all those records from this side to this side. But CEO can see, because all those roles comes under this CEO role. So the top of the role will have more access, and the uh, under like the last number of role will have less access here. So let's say we have a manager here, and under this manager we have three of these software engineer. So these software engineers will have same amount of access for every any record, but they also cannot be so here we have three software engineer: Melissa Lee, Tom Giles, and Craig Kingman. So this Craig Kingman will not be able to see the records from Tom Giles until and unless we have given the access of this, we have given any permission set to that, and we have shared, if we have not shared any record to that particular user. So those will not be able to see records from another one, but the software engineer will be able to see. But this is the role. So the software development manager will be able to see all those records which are created by those. So role hierarchy will give access to the upper level of role and will restrict access to the lower level of roles. Any question on that? Anyone, guys, if you are having any question, please speak out so that we can clear here only. Okay, so let's our last topic will be permission set. So permission sets are nothing but the collection of setting and permission like profile only, but profile will have like a fixed number of access. And if like let's see we have a profile called test profile, and we have given this, we have assigned that test profile to 10 number of user. But in that, in those 10 user, we have like three of them are working for another sales. So we have two profile called sales profile and service profile. So sales profile have 10 number of users, service profile also have 10 number of users. So if in future like sales profile user will have only the access of the sales data, but service user will have access of the service data. But let's say we have a requirement in future for 2 months or for 3 months, where three of sales user need to access the service users records. And if it can be the like vice versa also, if service user profile users need to access for sales data for some like 10 days, or let's say 15 days or 1 month, then we don't need to create another profile, or we don't need to give access to, we can't assign two profile to a user. We can assign only one profile to a particular user. So that we can't do via the profile, but we can create a permission set, and we can give more access to that those three users. So here you can see in this picture. So profile, we have a profile, like let's say we have this profile, and we have given let's say account object. So this is the account object access, and we have given in read access only in profile. So if you want to give create access as well, but if you don't want to give create access to another user, but if you want to give if you want to give create access to three of the user which having this profile. So create a permission set with having this create access, and assign this permission set to those three of users. So only those three of user who are assigned this permission set will be having create access also on that account. But the seven other will not be having that access, because they have not assigned this permission set. Got it? So like that also, if we have created the another permission set, and we have given this edit access to that account, so it will give that so user will have access of read, it will come from profile. The create, it will come from this permission set 1, and edit, it will come from this permission set 2. So user will have read, create, and edit, but the another user, other users, the 7 user will not have this. 7 user will have only read access, because they are not assigned this permission set 1 and 2. So the specific other, if you want to give more access than the profile, you can create permission set and you can assign. Got it? So this is the permission set only. So let's go and create a permission set. So for this, go to setup and go and create a permission set. So permission set is same like the profile only. So permission set. So now we have like these are the some standard permission set. We can clone those. Now let's go and create a new one. So we are going to give edit access to college. We can assign, like we can use any license here. If you don't want to, you can remove that. Not no need of giving any license here. So this is the, these are some permissions we can assign from permission set. So it is about app. So assigned app, which apps you want to assign, which applications you want to assign to this permission set. Connected app, object permission. So object permission also you can maintain from here. App permission, apex class access, visual force access. So system also, system permissions also you can give service providers. So let's go and edit this object setting. So now there will be like these access. So let's, we have college. Yeah, so this is the college object here. Let's, so we are in college object right now. Click on edit and you will be able to see all those uh, access you can give to that particular object. So the tab setting also you can maintain from here. So do you want to include this tab available and visible also? Do you want to visible the tab on this tab section? So you can perform from this. If you want to give, so what edit access you are going to give. So by clicking on this edit, the read action automatically will, the read access automatically will be given, because without reading you can't give edit. So field permission. So we have this field in this object. So the field level security you can also maintain from here. So because you have given edit access in the field level security, OWD, so you can't restrict from here. You can give more access only. But if a particular user already have a access of that particular object or field, you can't restrict. You can only give more permission. If you want to restrict, you have to restrict from profile only. But by permission set, manual sharing, or a role hierarchy, anyway you can't restrict a particular a particular access to a particular user, but you can only give more number of access by using all of these. So let's go and save this. So now we have edit access of this college in this permission set. And if you want to like assign that permission set, you have to click that manage assignment, and you have to add assignment here. So which user you are going to assign this permission set. So let's go let's say, and we have created a test user. So let's use this and assign. So now we have assigned this permission set to this test user. So from now he will be able to edit this college. Go and log in. So what test user? So he will be now, like we have given this standard profile. So he will be having all those lists. So he'll be having this college access also. So he can keep, like edit any. But now look, we cannot able to see any new button here because we have not given create access to this permission set. We only have given this edit access to this permission set, so he can only edit but he can't able to create. So he can edit. So these are lookup fields, so he can't able to edit this. He can edit from here only. So let's say we have given 4008. So this is the way how this permission set and security things of any object in the Salesforce organization will be working. So you can you can create many number of permission set and you can assign to any number of user. Okay, let's go and see about the role. So the role will be like this only. So you can see more, you can learn more about it here also. They are understanding roles in more number of things. So the CEO, CFO will be having access of all those reports and all. Let's go and set up role. So how you will be set up a role, like you can create a new role, you can edit a particular role. Like if you want to create a new role, you can create. Okay, so here let's say key we expand all those records, like this recruiter. So what you can give is, so this is the, you can assign that particular role to number of user also, or you can give this role by going to the user object as well. So by going to this test user, you can assign role from here. So by editing this, you can assign like, so now we are in test user. So test user is not the system administrator, so he'll not be able to assign this role here. So we have to log out from this test user. I have to log in again. Anyone having any doubt till now on any topic? So from here you can assign any role to this particular user. So this is the role, user, and profile. Anyone if having any doubt, we can discuss over here, or else we can like uh, wrap up the score if anyone having no doubt then. and I have assignment about it. So what I'll do is I got some feedback from Abhishek as well. So I'll work on that. I'll I'll come with some more examples tomorrow, and I'll give you some more hands-on practice things, so that you can get more understanding by doing practice. So I'll give you some scenarios, and try to build those scenarios, try to work on those, and you on the formula field, on the validation, on the cross object formula and all. So I'll be giving some scenarios, and please try to work on that, and so that you can get more understanding. And if you will be having any doubt or any question on that, I'll be available to help you out. So you can WhatsApp me, you can email me, or you can directly call me anytime. So I'll come with some more example tomorrow. And for today, what I have is, you try to create some user or profile, and try to assign, or do one thing. So I'll share in WhatsApp group as well. So this will be a big scenario. So we have to create a, you might all have a organization till now. So what do you need to do is create or think about any organization. Think, do you have any idea, all of you will be having any idea to create your own company, to build your own company. So think about that. And for me, I want to create a software, I want to start a software company. So I'll be giving a name, let's say I'll give a name like Aladdin Industries. So I'll create a organization, create some users, give some roles, create some roles, create some users, who are the employees from your family. Also you can take create some users from your family names, give access, like take pen and paper, and create a diagram. So create some manager level, and some more hierarchy level. So give access to those, create some object and all, which you are going to use in your organization. Like let's say I am going to open a school, and for that part, so what will be the object for that school, like classroom and teacher, student. So think about those scenarios and try to build that. So let's say I have a software company, so I'll be creating objects like HR department, manager, on software developer, QA, and this kind of objects I will be creating. Try to build some relationship between those, and try to build some formulas. Give as many as fields as you can think about. So try to build this kind of scenario, and I'll be sharing this in WhatsApp group as well. So all the all of you guys try to build whenever you have time, on Saturday, Sunday. So this will be the project. So I'll give you this example, and try harder. So if you will be having any doubt, I'll be clearing on the all of them.